Good afternoon. Hi, everybody. My name is Jason Lipfeld, and this is the Hostos Student Leadership Academy Friday Investor Workshop Series for March 3rd, 2023. We took a week off last week for the CUNY Emerging Leaders Conference, and for some of us, we went to the conference out in Colorado. We're happy to be back this week, and we're happy to have you here. It's nice to see you again. And as we churn through the spring semester, we have some exciting workshops that have been added, and a few more are still to be added to our list. But today, I'm happy that I could bring back a good friend who I've gotten to know now over a couple of semesters through great conversation. He's a wonderful presenter, a great speaker. He's spoken to a number of CUNYs outside of Hostos as well, and he has a great skill set of his own. So he's going to bring something to you today that's going to help you to develop your own skill set. And it's called Nurturing Your Skill Set. And he's my good friend, Mars Bishop. Let's give him like a virtual round of applause with your hands, however it goes. Welcome, Mars.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Jason. Good afternoon, Hostos. How's everybody doing this afternoon? Now, they all come off mute at one time, but
Good. Thank you.
All right. I will say this about me. I'm very interactive. So, you know what I'm saying? I like the engagement. You know what I mean? I know that Jason told y'all, you know, you don't have to turn on your cameras if you don't want to. That's cool. But, you know, I do like to engage with the people that I talk to. And, you know what I'm saying? That kind of gives me a little bit more energy as far as facilitating my workshops, because it is going to be engaging. I do like to interact. I am going to call on you. So I just wanted to put that little disclosure out there, okay? All right. So boom, here we go. So, you know, one of the things that Jason said that kind of moved me is that, you know, he said that we were friends, and that didn't come over a course of time. I mean, just happened like automatically. It came from, you know, nurturing my skill set, and my skill set is being able to empower other individuals through my speaking, through my coaching, through my workshops, through everything that I've cultivated and developed myself to be. So I know that when you guys are in the leadership, this is basically what you're looking to do. You're looking to nurture who you are as an individual, and you're looking to grow your skill set, because your skill set, once you get it perfected, your skill set can take you anywhere that you want to go, because it's your intrinsic ability. You know what your intrinsic ability is, right? All right, hold on. Let me try to change the way that I look at this. I want to see all of you. I only see a couple of you right now. So basically, you know what your intrinsic ability is, right? Or you know what intrinsic ability means, correct? No? Okay. Your intrinsic ability means what you do naturally, right? So that means that what you came here with, you came here gifted with a certain skill set, right? Some people came here being able to play basketball. Some people came here as mathematicians. Some people came here with the brain set of being an engineer. Some people came here with great leadership skills. That's something that you were intrinsically given, right? So it just takes for you to have to hone in on what it is that you want to accomplish and develop those skills and make sure you nurture them. Now, you know what nurturing means, right? Yes? Okay. All right. See, this is brand new for me. I'm trying to get into the groove of it. So basically, I want somebody to read that first slide. What does that say when it says nurturing your skill set?
To help the growth or development of.
Okay. So when it says to help the growth or development of, what does that mean to you? What is your intrinsic or natural gift that you have that you're trying to grow or develop right here at Hostos? Tell me that. What are you in school for?
I'm trying to achieve a degree, but at the same time, I found out the leadership thing that now is nurture me to be a better person and hopefully a better leader down the road.
Okay. And you know, leadership is a natural ability that you have. You're just cultivating who you are as an individual. So leadership isn't something that when you get to a position, they say, hey, this is a leadership position. You're already a leader. So you're just cultivating yourself as an individual to be better. So you're developing and growing who you are as an individual. That's your intrinsic ability. So your intrinsic ability is what? Is your name is Erica, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ms. Erica, what's your natural ability?
To try to help people if I have the knowledge of.
Okay. Now, outside of that, give me remove the helping of the people. What do you do naturally? What is your natural ability that you have?
I can start to read it and put myself in a self-learning task.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else? Give me like 2 more people. Give me your natural skill set. All right, I'm just gonna start calling on y'all.
Breathing.
Huh?
Breathing.
Breathing, that's your natural skill set, or are you trying to be funny?
Trying to be a little funny, but I don't know. I want to say like natural skill set, like helping.
Okay. All right, let's do this. Let's take school off. Take school off. We're gonna take that out the equation really quick. What do you as a person do well?
It's like on the spot type thing.
I know, and I'm an on the spot type person.
I don't know, creating things, I guess. Making
So
things.
your natural ability will be creating things.
Yes.
Okay. Kobe, what's your natural skill set?
I would say the same, creating, because I do dance a lot and I
Okay.
choreograph sometimes.
Okay. So we got 2 creators, and let me see who else I'm gonna pick on. Is it Luciana?
Yes.
Okay. What's your natural skill set?
I'm good with draw.
Say that one more time. You're good with who?
Draw.
Drawing?
With drawing, yes.
Okay, so basically 3 creatives. So one is good with one's good at dancing, one's good at artistic ability, and Danema, what's your creative ability?
I don't know.
You're not sure?
No, I'm not sure.
Okay, all right, no worries. Kobe, how much time do you put into dancing?
Not a lot these days since I be so busy, but
Okay.
I squeeze it in as much as I can.
Okay, what type of dance do you do?
I do a lot of hip hop, but I also do some contemporary too, like some interpretive dancing.
Okay, so when you first started doing hip hop dancing, how much effort did you put into it?
I every time, I do go to like a studio class or something, or even if I'm just home dancing, I put all my effort. I'm sweating, I'm out of breath, I'm almost dying. I'll be dying.
Okay, but you put hours upon hours into cultivating that skill set because it's a natural ability, right?
Yeah.
So you nurtured your dance.
Mhm.
Okay. Luciana, am I saying it correctly? Please tell me if I am, if I'm not.
Say it again.
Pronounce your name for me. Tell me how to pronounce your name.
Louisiana.
Louisiana. Okay.
Yeah.
How much time do you put into your drawing ability, since that's your natural skill set?
Can you repeat, please?
How much time do you put into your drawing? Like how
Oh,
often do you work at it?
Drawing is my hobby.
It's your hobby?
Yeah.
Okay. How much time do you spend working on your hobby?
2 or 3 hours in a day.
2 or 3 hours in a day. So that
Yes.
you would consider that nurturing your skill set, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that is the development and the growth of your ability to draw. Kobe, that's you have developed and grown your ability to dance, right or wrong. Okay, so that's a natural skill set. So this is all I'm trying to show you guys and get you guys to understand, is that your natural skill set and your ability is already there. All you're doing right now, as you being in school, this is an opportunity for you to grow and develop your skill set so that you can make it better, right? So Kobe, what are you in school for? What are you trying to get your degree in?
I'm in electrical engineering.
Electrical engineering. Okay. So with your skill set of dancing, right? How can you incorporate your natural skill of dancing or creativity into your degree?
Well, it's all creative based, you know. Engineers are designers at the end of the day. So you're just pulling inspiration from everyday things to great ideas. So,
and that makes you a better engineer, right? The same way it makes you a better dancer.
yeah, opens your mind.
So intrinsically, you already have an engineering ability because you're able to dance, right or wrong?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
So that would be you growing and developing that skill set for engineering. So what you do naturally is you are a creative. So therefore, with your creative, your mindset originally is to be able to use your imagination effectively to come up with a concept, right? So basically, it's just like Albert Einstein said. Albert Einstein has a quote that says, imagination is the preview for the coming attraction of your life, right? So if you're able to use your mindset effectively, what is the imagination or the concept that you have for the life that you want to create? And how can your skill set help you get there? You feel me? As far as engineering. So Louisiana, how can you use your creative ability as far as drawing? What's your degree in at school?
Early childhood.
Say again?
Early childhood.
Early childhood?
Yeah.
Okay. So how can you use your creative ability to make you better in early childhood?
I can teach with draws.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So as long as you continue to
I
develop
can make
that-
explanation with draws too.
Oh, so you can make explanations with your drawing, right?
Yes.
So that's good because that would give the kids more, they would pay more attention to it because you're able to create something that they can resonate with,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you can use your skill set of drawing and incorporate that into your early childhood.
Yes, I know.
No, so this is what I'm saying. So as far as a skill set, I'm showing you that a skill set is what you do naturally. It's not something that you have to say, I need to create this or I need to be able to do this. It's just being able to tap into your intrinsic ability. So this is how I got in the position that I'm in. I focus on my intrinsic ability. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of background about me. I'm naturally from New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
My mother and father, we grew up in Long Island. So when I came from New York, I used to chill in Queens, right? And Queens was my place where I used to chill. And you would find me on the corner bodega, you know what I'm saying, with like everybody else chilling, hanging out. And I was with my partners on the block until one day I made a decision that altered my life. When I made that decision took me from New York and it put me in Connecticut. And I was looking at 5 to 20, first-degree robbery, conspiracy to commit robbery, and larceny. So I was looking at doing 5 to 20 because I chose to go against my natural ability, right? But when I was in Connecticut, I had an opportunity to sit down and I asked God, if he got me out that situation, I would never go back to living the way I was living before, hustling, doing everything negative, right? So when I came down here to Georgia, I had somebody challenge me and a person asked me, why are you afraid to be great? Now, when you're coming from a background that I come from a background of domestic violence. I'm actually a product of rape, right? So naturally, my thing, I wanted to be a rapper. So that was the reason why I went on a trip from New York to Connecticut, because I thought it was on some rap stuff, but it was on something different. So my natural ability of words and writing, all I did was transition that into what I do now. I transition that into speaking. So with my ability to rap, all I do now is speak. And because I was able to cultivate my skill set, I have now been able to travel the country doing what I love to do. And this is still part of my dream, because I always tell people I'm giving you one of the hottest freestyles ever, because I'm still doing what I love to do. It just don't have a beat to it. So I'm showing you this is what your skill set could do for you, as long as you know yourself. So let me kind of make this a little bit smaller. Now, right here on this particular one, somebody read for me, what is a skill set? Come on, y'all. We only got a
A
short.
collection of skills and abilities that can be applied to a professional or creative endeavor.
Say it one more time for me, my lady.
A collection of skills and abilities that can be applied to a professional or creative
Endeavor. You were right.
Yeah.
You were right. So let me ask you this. Okay. So when it says in that statement, applied to a professional or creative endeavor, right? So 9 times out of 10, when we think about skill set or we think about leadership, we think of it from a professional perspective, right or wrong?
Right.
Right.
Okay. Why do y'all think that is? That when anytime anybody mentions something to you about skill set or leadership, why does it have to pertain to something professional?
Because if you're leading, if you're leading somebody and you have skills, we would think that's in a profession because you're in charge of others, or, your leadership, your people are, you're serving people. People have to follow you, listen to you. You're leading people in a situation. That's why I would think that we think of it as professional, because where would you do that but in like a business
Okay, let me ask you a
or
question.
professional sense?
Here's a question. Do you have sisters or brothers?
Yeah.
Do you have any kids? And I'm just asking.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you not a leader to them, to your siblings, to your kids?
Yeah.
Are you in a professional setting by doing that?
No.
Okay. So that would be more so of a creative endeavor, because you have to create that type of leadership or be that example to them, right or wrong?
Correct.
Okay. So you are naturally a leader, right or wrong?
If you're doing a good job, definitely.
No, because it don't matter, because when I took that trip from New York to Connecticut, was I not being led by the people that I was around? Would you say that they were positively leading me?
Oh, okay. I guess, yeah. But that they were positively lead. Didn't you go to jail?
I did go to jail. I was in jail
Oh.
for 4 months.
Okay. So you said positively leading you. Did they lead you to the jail?
Basically,
Right. So that's not positive. I don't think that's something that's positive.
that's what I'm saying. So leadership can be either negative influence or positive influence. So let's get this straight. Leadership is nothing but influence. It's one individual influencing another individual, right? That's all leadership is. Leadership is about you influencing somebody else negatively or positively. Now, when they talk of it from a professional standard, they want to make sure that you have the skill sets to lead the individual or lead a team effectively. Now, I'm not going to use the word effectively, because they want you to be efficient in your ability to do what you're signed up to do. Right?
Right.
So therefore, your leadership ability is already there. So this is why I put this example of this illustration, know yourself. So here you go. So when you have a skill set or you have leadership, what are your values?
I think that you should be knowledgeable, and morally, well, I guess that's for a good leader, but you should care about the people who you're leading and their interests, and and be ambitious. I think that you should be ambitious as a leader, and yeah, I think you need those skills to lead people.
Okay. So what are your preferences as far as like of knowing yourself? So where are you looking to, like what location or your work environment, your responsibility? What are the things that you prefer to lead from? Like for me, I'm going to be honest with you. My preference, I really don't like doing virtual engagements. I'm going to be honest with you. And the reason why I don't like doing virtual engagements is because it doesn't give me the opportunity to be effectively like as far as my presentation. I mean, I'm gonna do what I need to do either way, but more so I'd rather be in person because I like to engage with the people. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that's like one of the things that I like to do. So when it comes to your preference, what is your things that you work on to help you be better within your location, your work environment, or your responsibility?
Well, I like to plan ahead. I like to plan, and when I'm leading people, I like to plan. I like to make a plan. I like to
Mhm.
be organized in what I'm gonna do, and I like to make sure that everybody understands what are the goals, you know, and what we're trying to do, and you know, and get everybody's value and what we're doing, you know, so that they
Okay.
have you value it. That's really important. I think it's very motivating when you value, you know, what you're doing, and you see the importance, and it's important to you in a way. I think you work much harder, it's more easier on you, and you know, you do more. So
Right. Right.
that's really important to me. And yes, I do like to engage with people, you know, in person as well, but you know, just communicating effectively, and you know, just staying, you know, having a relationship with people where I communicate with you so that I know what you need and you know what I need from you. I think people should be aware of what's going on when you're leading, and not like just doing, you know, following after whatever you say,
Right.
more able to make decisions about their choice to be a part of what you're doing.
I agree. I agree 100%. And that was well articulated. So let me pause right there. Somebody else, your name is Chana. Just help me pronounce your name.
Shauna, yeah.
Okay. All right. Shauna gave us a really good illustration. Like, you know what I'm saying? She really gave us a good answer. So somebody else, somebody tell me what your passions are. What are your passions? What do you like to do? Come on, y'all. It's not that difficult, I promise you. Yeah, I just listened to this young lady give us the best articulation and the best answer. I need y'all to engage with me just a little bit. I'm not asking you to come off your screen, but just talk back with me just a little bit.
Music, singing, dancing, writing about music, singing, and dancing.
And how much time do you put into your passion of music, writing and dancing?
At the moment, I can't do too much singing or dancing because of my course schedule, but I try to write as often as I can.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. What is your course schedule? What is your degree in?
My degree is in digital music.
It's in digital music. So it does align with your passion. That's good.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. So with digital music, give me just give me a quick overview of what digital music is and how can it correspond with your passion of writing and creating music.
Hostos digital music course focuses on teaching us how to use different apps and technology to create music or to edit or mix music. They're teaching us how to use Pro Tools. They're teaching us how to design sound and soundtracks for movies and films, so on and so forth.
Okay, so that skill set of learning how to use apps, of being able to use Pro Tools so you can like do the digital part of the music business. How effective can you make that be within your passion since they correlate with one another?
I think that it's a great skill to have if you want to be a musician, particularly. That way, you'll be able to keep up with how fast-paced and digital everything is becoming in the music industry. I think that that does fit fairly well into what I eventually want to do. I want to
Okay,
be an activist or advocate especially in the nonprofit world of the music and entertainment business.
okay,
And I think the best way to learn how to advocate for musicians and music makers in general is to be a musician myself.
okay. So all of that will that corresponds with you having to even be a better communicator.
Yes.
Okay, so if you want to be an activist, now activist is, if I know correctly, an activist is a person who is heavily involved in the movement.
Yes.
So you would want to be heavily involved in the movement of music, since that's the industry that you're going into, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you know the values of the music industry, you have your preference of where you want to work, you know the passion that you have, and you know the skill set right now you are cultivating to be more effective within that area, right or wrong. So you have the collection of
Yes.
skills and abilities that you're applying professionally into the music business, and you have to be creative in the endeavor of how to make that even more effective, right or wrong.
Right.
Okay, so naturally, all you're doing right now, Hostos is helping you to nurture that ability that you have intrinsically,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, somebody else come off and tell me what your values, your passion, your skills, and your preferences.
Well, I'll talk about one of my values. One thing I value most is inclusion. I love to make people feel included as a leader, and like bringing people together. I don't really know how that will like intertwine with my career choice.
Okay, well, let me pause you right there, Kobe. When you're an engineer means that you are creating something. So when you create something, then that means that you have to have a team, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So when you have a team, that means that you have to engage with your team. So that way you can be effective in the project that you are building, right or wrong?
Right.
Okay. So how much time do you put into cultivating your communication?
I put a lot of time. I'm always trying to work on my communication. Literally, whether it's professionally by sending emails, or just socially, just talking to people from different backgrounds, and really putting myself out there to experience new people and new things.
Okay, no, because that's better, because emails, I'm gonna tell you something, emails don't really get the job done, right? You know what I'm saying? They don't really get the job done. I'll say because email is like a text. When you get a text and you read it, it's based off of the perspective that you read it on, right? So then therefore you're gonna take it how you take it, not the way that the person sent it to you. So you might not be in a good mood at the time that you read your text or the email. So then therefore, when you read it, your perspective is going to be based on the emotion that you have at that moment, right? But if you can hear somebody articulate and you can hear them clearly communicate with you, you get a better understanding of where they're coming from, right? And through their voice inflection, you can tell if they have a little attitude, if they kind of mild manner, you know what I'm saying? If they soft spoken, if they have confidence, if they have low self-esteem or high self-esteem, you know what I'm saying? So these are all the things that you have to cultivate. So let me tell you just real quickly, the reason, and the guy that rose his hand, I got you. I saw you. Give me just one moment. We're going to come back to you. Okay. So I don't want you thinking that I negated you or I ignored you. But Kobe, so this is what we're going to do. When I first started this, right, I used to do an online radio show and I had a segment. It was only 15 minutes.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Mari, I'm gonna hit you back, baby. I'm in the middle of the session. All right.
What were you like, Funk Master Flex?
Nah, that's my daughter. I have to answer for my daughter. So anyways, I had a segment where I did Inspiration Speaks, right? So the host came to me one day after the show. She said, you want to get better as far as being a speaker? I was like, of course. So she said, well, it's going to take for you to do more. I said, what do you mean by more? She said, you have to learn how to read more. You have to learn how to tell stories. You have to be able to share quotes. You have to learn how to be more effective with the people. She said, people may not always remember what you say, but they will always remember the way you make them feel, right? So she told me over the course of time, it's 10,000 hours that you have to put into your craft, to your skill set. So this is for Kimberly, as far as like with the music, Louisiana with the drawing, you, Kobe, with the dancing or with the engineering. It's over the course of 10,000 hours. 10,000 hours equates to almost 10 years. So basically, I've been doing this right here for 10 plus years. You feel me? But it wasn't something that I started just like randomly. You know what I'm saying? Because when I taught, I came into the game talking with a whole lot of New York jargon. You know what I mean? Like, how many people you think were really going to connect with me if I was like, son, be like, yo, like, word to mother, you know what I mean? Like, what do you think how you think they're going to resonate to me? They can't. But if I start to clean up my articulation and I base my communication on being effective, then how much more of an impact can I make? You know what I'm saying? If I want to make the money that I want to make, I'm building a 6-figure business, right? So y'all heard me when I came on talking about going to Alaska. Alaska's paying me over $7,500 to go out there. And the conversation that me and the director had was basically 5 to 10 minute conversation. And all she said was, I want you to come in and I want you to motivate my students. Motivation is not what I do. I don't really care if you're motivated or not. I care about me trying to empower you, because the empowerment focuses on the self-actualization of the potential that you already have. That's what I want you to understand, the potential that you have already inside you. Which one you think is better, the empowerment or the motivation? Because if you look at motivation, when you look at it the way I look at it, it's like giving a car a battery jump. If that battery's not strong enough to hold that charge, when you turn the car off, what happens? You need another battery boost. So if you get motivated and your motivation doesn't last, what happens? When I leave the session, you go back to living the way that you were living. My camera's flicking for some reason. Right or wrong? So which one has a bigger effect? Is it the empowerment or the motivation?
Motivation?
No, the empowerment.
The empowerment.
Because the motivation, I would have to come on here every day to motivate you. How many days, Casey, do you wake up out the week feeling motivated?
I don't know, maybe 2.
See what I'm saying? So motivation really don't last. But if I touch your spirit and I give you the practical tools to be able to change your life, then which one is going to have more of an impact?
Yeah, you're right. It's the empowerment.
Okay. So because it's the self-actualization, I'm actually
like
showing you what you
will.
Huh?
It's the same thing as self-will.
It's more so that's the self-actualization of the potential that you have. So I can help you reach the potential that you have inside you, because I'm showing you that it's possible and I'm giving you the tools necessary to be able to be effective to do it, right or wrong?
You're right, 100%.
Okay.
But you need to do both, though.
You can do both, but I don't focus. I don't specialize in the motivation. You know what I'm saying? I can motivate you, but you know what I'm saying? Motivation ain't nothing but like game. You feel me? Like I can motivate a female to want to talk to me because I got game, right? So what they call that?
You can't empower someone without first effectively motivating them, because empowerment is about connecting the dots. It's about providing resources. You can't force resources on the people. You just have to give it to them, but you have to motivate each person to connect the dots for them to figure out what resource works best for them.
Okay, so if you say that, so then that would align with encouragement. I can encourage you versus motivating.
They're the same thing.
Right. So it's basically based off of how you want to use the word. Right. So my encouragement to you was basically within your passion and your skill set of music. Right. I didn't motivate you in that area. I just empowered you in that area to help you kind of fulfill the skill set that you already have on the inside. Right or wrong? And I still was able to connect with you.
You have to motivate people first in order to empower them.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take that. I've learned a long time ago not to go back and forth with women. So I'm going to give you that one. I'm going to give you that one. Who was the gentleman that raised his hand the first time? I apologize.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to know if you were familiar with the parable that says you can bring the horse to the water, but you can't force them to drink.
Yeah, basically. And,
Yeah.
and I don't try to force anybody on anything. And being to the fact that you said that, okay, so my daughter just called me, right? So my daughter, she hit me up a couple weeks ago and she was like, Dad, I've come to the understanding that I'm not supposed to be working for nobody. But she hit me yesterday and she told me, she was like, she just got a what's that thing at the job? She just got a she was just promoted at her job, right?
Mhm.
And I said, that's wonderful. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you got promoted. She says, yeah, but I don't want to be trapped in the medical field. I was like, okay, well, what does that mean, being trapped? And she said, this is not where my heart is. And me and her have had this conversation several times. I said, Maury, so what do you want to do? What is your natural skill set? Y'all think I just talk to y'all like this. I talk to my daughter like this on a regular basis, right? So she wanted to be, there was a point in time in her life where she wanted to be a veterinarian. And I was really on her side, like, you know what I'm saying, like encouraging her and you know, trying to motivate her to go ahead and, you know, go back to school to be for the veterinarian. So that way she could start her own business. And she told me, she was like, Dad, I don't like school. I don't want to go to school. Now, being to the fact that I could lead the horse to water, I can't force her to drink it, right? So I have to know exactly how to encourage her, how to empower her, so that way I'm not discouraging her and I don't want her to feel forced, right? So then therefore, the same thing that I asked you guys, like, what is your natural ability? What are you good at? You know what I'm saying? Like when the question that says right here, what is your passion? What do you like to do? What are your skill sets? What do you know how to do? Right? I asked her those same questions. She has not given me an answer. It's like asking somebody, what is your passion? It's like pulling teeth. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead.
I feel like sometimes you just don't know. Like you just don't know it yet. I feel like it's one of those things that you grow into. You kind of don't know it. Like unless somebody really asks you and like you stop to think about it, like you don't really know.
To an extent, because all right, what are you in school for, Casey?
Community health.
For who?
Community health? What do you mean? What am I studying?
Yeah, what's your degree in?
Oh, community health.
Community health. Who told you that you had to go in for community health?
Nobody. I just picked it because what I wanted to do, I couldn't finish it in the time before I moved. So I just moved to something else.
Okay, so what was your first choice?
It was nursing.
Why did you not do nursing? You say you couldn't finish it in how much time?
I had 1 year before my husband switched duty stations. So I had a year to finish something before I leave. And that was the only thing I could do in a year.
Okay, so it's still community health still aligns with nursing, right or wrong?
It does. It was like the closest thing that I could find.
So then in the sense you already knew what you wanted to do. Nursing was your first choice.
Right.
Okay, so then therefore, because you couldn't finish the nursing course within a year, all you did was take a step back and say, I'm going to do a side transition and I'm going to do community health. Right? So then therefore, you knew what you wanted to do. Right or wrong?
You're right. You're 100% right.
Okay, so with me saying that I wanted to be a rapper when I was 22 years old, and then me going through the process of life and getting incarcerated and then coming back, I'm still doing the same thing as rapping, because rapping is what? Using my ideology and using my voice, right or wrong?
Right, to reach your people.
And so am I not doing the same thing?
100%.
Okay, so then therefore, you know what you want to do. Here's a quote. George Bernard Shaw said, life's not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself.
That's a good one. I've never heard that one before.
All you have to do is focus on what you want to be creative in, and it's going to create the life that you want to live. But because we put so much focus on the professional side of it, we put so much focus on, oh, let me go to school. How much time do you think that I spent in school for this right here?
I don't know, like 4 years.
I ain't spend not one day in school to do what I'm doing because I'm operating in my natural ability. But guess what? Here's the kicker. I'm in all types of schools. I basically teach at universities and colleges. And all I did was cultivate my natural skill set.
Right.
All I did was find what I was good at. All I did was create me. You feel me? And by creating me, look at the relationship that I created with Jason. You are your natural ability.
True.
You feel me? And that's what I want to get people to understand. It's not outside of you that you have to go. It's inside of you. You are, here's one that I use this a lot. People are scared to jump into the abyss of who they are. Right? You know, the abyss has no bottom.
Right.
But the book of promises says, how does it go? It says, the inner thought and the heart of man are both deep. So what's that mean? The inner thought and the heart of man are both deep.
I'm not sure.
That means that there's no bottom to you. There's no depth to you as an individual. You can always create yourself. You can always double up. You can always make something new. You as an individual, you can create your own community health program if you wanted to. You feel me? I remember that quote. That quote says it's not just a professional thing. It's a creative endeavor. That's a skill set. So what you have for nursing, what he has for dancing, what she has for drawing, that's all a natural skill set. And all you're doing is developing it and you're cultivating it so it could bring you the life that you want. You feel me? Like so many people, like here's the thing. Let me ask you this. I want everybody to come off mute for this one. Somebody answer the question. If you woke up this morning and you said, I don't want nothing more in my life, I'm good where I'm at, I want you to answer that question and say I.
What's the question?
The question was, if you woke up this morning and you said you don't want nothing else in this life, you're good where you're at, I don't want to grow. Tell me that you're good where you are. Wow. Nobody can answer that question. Why can't nobody answer that question? Because the heart of man, let me tell you, the heart of man is created to want more than what you have. That's a natural ability, right? When you were a kid and you learned how to walk, you didn't just stop at the first 2 steps. You wanted to take more because you wanted to learn how to run. You wanted to learn how to keep going and you wanted to be on your own. So there was always something that you wanted more of, right? So right now, even with you being in college, this is not the end of your life because there's a depth to you that says that I want more than what I have. And let me tell you why that is. Because the bottom is a monotonous and dreary place for anybody. Tell me that you like staying at the bottom. Tell me that if you grew up in the projects, you like walking through those pissy ass hallway doors. I mean, those hallways. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. Please tell me if I'm wrong.
You not.
All right. So this is, huh?
I don't want to be living here no more. That's why we going to school, to make our whole future of ourselves so we don't be stuck in this area.
So then therefore, while you going to school to make sure you're not stuck in that area, what is your natural skill set? What is the natural thing that you do the best?
To grow, to proceed, to keep going. The natural skill set of motivation, just.
Okay, but where are you growing to? Like where are you going? What's your vision? What is your direction?
To have more for what I have now, to be successful.
Okay, hold on. Pause. What does success mean?
For me, honestly, it means to make it to what I wanted to do.
Okay, that's all I wanted to hear you say. To make it to what you want to do. Because when I ask people about success, they'll give me the illusion of money, cars, houses, you know, the things that are perpetuated that they see on TV.
No,
right?
so what the goal that I set, and I said I'm gonna do it, and I did it.
Okay, so That is your level of success, and I give you nothing but kudos. Please don't take me as being confrontation, because I'm not contentious, right? I'm not contentious by far, but I'm truly honest, and I'm truly 100% transparent. You feel me? So I know what it is to come from the bottom. I know what it is to almost lose my life 3 times. Here's one thing I didn't tell y'all. I was born with sickle cell anemia. So on top of me going to jail, I was recuperating from 2 strokes. I have an immobilized left arm. The most challenging thing you can do is be locked up with an immobilized left arm. Because what happens if you get tested? You feel me? Ain't nobody gonna hold back and be like, oh, he got sickle cell. Oh, hold on, he got a little immobilized left arm. Hell no. You feel me? So when I talk with a level of passion. I talk with a level of umph, because I know what it is to come from the bottom. You haven't been to the bottom until you've been incarcerated, when everything has been stripped from you. And you have to work yourself back up, and you have to put yourself back in another position where you say, I will never go back to the bottom again. I will never be away from my daughter to the fact where she can't get to me. I will never dishonor my family or my daughter in that way ever again. I will never dishonor myself in that way again. So what did I have to do? I had to go intrinsically into the depth of who I am as an individual. You feel me? And all I'm trying to get y'all to understand is you have to go into the depth of who you are as an individual. That's it. And any part of what you choose to do, whether if it's at Hostos and your classes for your degree, I'm trying to get you to go into who you are as an individual, because it's all going to take you. It's all going to take you to have to take the test, to study, to put forth the effort, to do everything that you say that you want to do. And it's not going to be easy. I know that you're going to want to give up, because I wanted to give up. I wanted to quit. It wasn't until I got my first check came from Queens College. And because of the fact that I used to chill in Queens, do you know how big that opportunity was for me to go back to Queens and get them to pay me, a brother from the hood, to talk? You feel me? That was a level of success for me, Dama. That was my level of success, because I went back to a place that I used to chill and kick it with on the corner, and I had them pay me at a college that I didn't take no college course. All I did was effectively develop and grow my voice. That's all I did. That's all I did. And I'm telling you, if I can do it, everybody on this call can do the same damn thing. It's not hard. It's just about dedication. It's about you being focused on what it is that you want as an individual. So being to the fact that I said that, let me go back to the slides. I got off course a little bit, y'all. All right, so boom, what's that say right there? What are those 2 images?
Growth mindset and a fixed mindset.
How many people have a growth mindset and how many people have a fixed mindset?
I like to say I have a growth mindset.
Okay, tell me about it.
So I mean, I've been a part of this. I had you come in last year, and I heard your talk a lot, and it was very motivational. But like, ever since moving forward, I'm always looking for the next opportunity to learn and continue to grow. And that's the approach I'm taking. Even if I have a bad day, I know the next day is going to be better, and I'm going to gain something out of it.
Okay, so basically, growth mindset means that you can persevere through anything that you encounter, right?
Yeah.
So that means that your intelligence is not fixed. It's not fixed, but it can be developed over a course of time. So what you're telling me, Jose, is that everything that you have gone through, you have had the ability to say that this is not going to stop me. I'm just going to keep cultivating and developing myself so I can get better. And I know that this is not going to last.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so that is the first part of a growth mindset. What's the second part of a growth mindset? Come on, y'all.
So I would say like the second one would be like probably going out of your comfort zone and doing things that you wouldn't ordinarily do. and just not hold yourself back thinking that you are not able, or you're this or you are that, looking down on yourself, in other words. So just building on the confidence, and thinking you can do anything you put your mind on, and you can pretty much achieve anything you want to achieve.
Okay, and I agree with you 100% with that. So here's my question to you. How much of that that you just told me do you believe?
All of it, absolutely all of it.
Okay, so how much time do you put towards staying out of your comfort zone? Because the comfort zone is one of the most difficult things that we can get out of, because once we put ourselves in a place of complacency, or we put ourselves in a routine, we become comfortable with that routine. And now we don't want to step out of it because we become comfortable and complacent. Complacency is one of the worst places that you can be. A comfort zone is like the equator. The equator is imaginary line, right or wrong, y'all?
Yes, absolutely right. Imaginary line.
Okay, so
along the center of the
I have a question.
Say that again. The
I have
young
a
lady.
question. I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I know earlier, right now you're saying that you have to put yourself out of your comfort zone in order to have a growth mindset. But earlier, you was giving your testimony about how you are doing something that you love to do and is for you because it's a part of your skill set and the skills that you have, and it comes naturally to you. So isn't that comfort?
No, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Every time I get in front of an audience, I am scared to death. I'm scared to death because, for one, do you know how hard it is to try to empower or impact anybody? And then when you're in front of like hundreds and thousands of people, do you know how difficult that is? Because you want to make sure that you walk off of there knowing that you've done the best job that you could have done. And then at the same time, I know me, I always want to make sure that I at least impacted one mind. There was a quote Tupac said a long time ago. I'm not saying that I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee I will spark the brain that will change the world. So I feel like my job is to make sure that I can spark that brain that can change the world or make the world more effective by what they do. So my skill set scares the hell out of me every time I'm in front of somebody. I'm getting ready to take a trip across the ocean, and I'm going to a place where I know I grew up. But at the same time, do you know how frightening that is to get up in front of somebody and share your story and your testimony and be transparent? Do you know the fear that comes with that? Do you know that public speaking is the #1 fear that everybody has?
I mean, not necessarily, not for everybody. Not everybody is afraid to speak in public or to tell their story. I think that when you are, I guess, empowered or, really want to give back to others, and you've had a true experience and you really want to touch the lives of other people, you're happy and more than happy to get up in front of people and let your story be known, especially if it could save others' lives or turn them and point them into the right direction if that's what you truly wanted. I don't think that, I don't know. I just don't feel like, everybody's not afraid of public speaking. Like sometimes, I can go into public and, speak about something that, is just like, I'm talking in public either way, but some things I'm comfortable with, speaking about, like giving testimony of how, what happened to me. I'm not afraid to say, the things that have occurred in the past and how I got through them, because I want to share that information with others. But then, the challenges, that come, with me speaking in public is when, you have to like, I guess,
Okay,
I don't know.
So here's the thing, Chana. Not everybody is like me and you, okay? Not everybody is going to be so outspoken. You have some people that this right here will fear them. Just look at when I ask a question, how long it takes for somebody to just come off mute, and I can't even see their face, but just coming off mute scares them because they feel like what they have to say may be inferior or may not add value. Right? But I learned a long time ago, there is no stupid question. The only stupid question that there is the one that you don't ask. Well, so everybody's not as outspoken as you and me. So to the person that's not like us, they're very fearful of doing what it is that they want to do. Right?
Okay, well, yeah. Well, sometimes, like I don't like to speak in public because, sometimes people, they're just being ignorant or they don't want to make sense. So I don't see the sense in saying what I have to say because it's just like people want to think the way that they want to think, And sometimes, people, I think that if, your audience, cares about what you care about, like I said, it just really depends on you and the way that you think that what you have to say will affect others. Because if you don't feel like that's exactly what you're saying. Some people are afraid to speak because when they speak, they don't know if what they have to say has any value.
Okay,
So even though you can think something that you have to say has value, it doesn't mean that other people are going to value it.
Exactly. So that was what I was going to say. You think when I came on here, everybody was like, oh, yeah, we just going to listen to Mars speak? Let me tell you something. 99% of people truly don't give a damn what you have to say until it resonates with them. You feel me? And that's the part that is the most difficult, is being able to resonate and talk to that individual. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the part that's fearful for any person because of that self-doubt of not knowing what they have to say, if it's going to be credible or if it's going to resonate with another individual. So so this right here, right, you know what I'm saying, is truly fearful for some people, not just you. You know what I'm saying? You have a great speaking voice. And since you have a great speaking voice, I would truly try to empower you to say, maybe you should go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, like jump into the space that I'm in. That way, you know how they say you can walk you won't know until you can walk a mile in someone's shoes. So until you put on the shoes that I put on every day of going out to try to empower somebody, people that you don't know, people that you've never seen in your life, y'all didn't know nothing about who I am as an individual, right? But I came on here and I'm still able to stand flat-footed and do what I need to do and make sure that I get it done. You feel me? So it is I stepping out of my comfort zone every time I get in front of an audience, stepping out my comfort zone, because not everybody's going to be as confident as you are. And I give you kudos for that. I give you 100% kudos for that. But we got to move on. So let me go ahead and go. Yes, sir.
Mars, you're coming in a little bit max headroom here.
I know. I don't know how to stop whatever's going on. It's freaking me out. So I'm trying not to look at the camera.
All right.
All right. So boom. So I was having a conversation with Ansamuna. Is that how you pronounce your name, sir?
Yes, and Sumana.
Ansamana.
You got
Okay.
it.
So we were talking in regards to basically the growth mindset, right?
Right.
Okay. So just to make sure that I answered your question effectively, was there anything else that you wanted to know in regards to like the difficult task of pursuing what it was that you wanted to pursue?
Yeah, I think we're all clear right now. Thank you so
Okay.
much for it.
Is there anybody else have a question between the growth mindset and the fixed mindset? We good on that one, y'all? Okay. Let me tell y'all a quick story. So basically, when I was preparing for this, I really wasn't sure what I was going to speak about, right? But when I kept going back and forth with Jason, I always try to get what are the pain points of the audience that I'm speaking to, so that way I know how to resonate with them, Chana. This is one thing that I have to do, right? So I was able to put this PowerPoint together within a matter of, Jason, when the last time I talked to you was last week, Friday?
Yeah, I think so. I was still in Colorado. Yes.
Okay. So I put this PowerPoint together literally in about maybe 2 to 3 days. But when I was preparing for it, there was a story that I read, Dr. Ivan Joseph. I don't know where he's from, but basically what he said was when he was a kid and he used to do track and field, he did every race possible. He did the 100, the 200, the 300, the 400. He did the high jump. He did the one where you pass the baton with the relay. He did all of those right there. And then his coach came to him and said that, Ivan, you're a jack of all trades, but a master of none. So he said what he did was when he was able to hone in on that one skill set, it made him so much more effective. But he had to go narrow and deep. So narrow and deep is just like this tunnel right here. So what I did was I just took this tunnel, because when you're trying to go for what you want, you have to have tunnel vision. And this tunnel vision right here is able to block out all the noise, all the distractions, all your homeboys, all your homegirls, all the people that tell you that you can't do something. You put yourself in a tunnel and you quiet the noise. So it's just like when you're in the subway, right? When you go in that subway tunnel, that train is going to one specific place only, right? It may come every 15 minutes. You may get the fast cart that goes and gets you there like in 30 minutes or whatever, but it's still in the tunnel, and it's narrow and deep on what it's supposed to do. So what I'm telling you right now is basically specialize in your area of expertise. Find that expertise of what it is that you want to do and specialize in. This right here for me, we all know that this is my expertise. I specialize in this. This is what I do effectively, and this is what I do day in and day out. Whether I'm in front of an audience or whether I'm just talking to me and my daughter, if I'm having a conversation with anybody, I don't do frivolous conversations. I don't do conversations that don't have any type of meaning to it, right? You're not just going to get me on the phone and just talk to me about, oh, my boyfriend's doing this, oh, my girlfriend's doing this. Yo, you know how many times I tell my homeboys, yo, don't hit me if it's on some craziness. I don't care about your little escapades. I don't care about anything that you have going on. Can we build off of this? Is this going to be some type of result? Is there some type of financial reward that's going to come from this? If not, don't talk to me about it, because you're wasting my time. One of the things that y'all have to do is you have to protect your ear gate. Your ear gate is the door to your mindset. Your mindset is your mental faculties. And within your mental faculties, you can put so many things within your mental faculties, whether they be negative or whether they be positive. And at that time, you know what I'm saying? You're going to regurgitate what's in your mind. So over the course of my 10,000 hours, all I'm doing is regurgitating the things that are in my mental faculties, the things that I've read, the things that I've experienced. And more so, I go by life experience versus than me going through somebody else telling me exactly something from a book. Because life experience did not help me get through, a book didn't help me get through 2 strokes. A book didn't help me grow up with sickle cell anemia my entire life. There's no book, there's no doctor that could tell me how I should manage my pain. This is something that I had to learn. So therefore, you guys specialize in the area of expertise that you know for sure is what you are called to do. Like, this is a calling for me. A calling is so much different than you saying, this is what I'm going to do. You feel me? So specialize in your area of expertise. Focus on your strengths. Everybody on here has a strength. You just have to be able to tap into that strength. That strength is your intrinsic ability. There's something that I read the other day. It said your strength comes from the power of your mind. Your true strength comes from the power of your mind. So if you could use your mind effectively, then what type of strength do you have to you as an individual? You feel what I'm saying? So your strengths come from you. You just have to cultivate them. Don't focus on the weakness. Focus on the strength, because your strengths will override your weakness. And at that point in time, you'll be so much more effective in your skill set. And then you're still going narrow and deep. Does that make sense, y'all?
Yes.
Okay. Shauna, I saw your hand. Give me 1 second. Let me just finish this. I'm going to come back to you.
I already spoke. I'm sorry.
Huh?
I already had spoken when I raised my hand.
Okay. I got you. I got you. No worries. No worries. Be exceptional in 1 or 2 areas. So what are your 1 or 2 areas that you could be exceptional in? Somebody give me, I want everybody to give me at least 1 area. Everybody. Just come off mute. Let's go, y'all. We down to the crunch time.
When you say that, what do you mean? Like what you do it exceptional in areas as in life, like what you do at school or things like that?
What you do in life is gonna overflow into school, because they coordinate. You are school, right?
Yeah, community service.
Community service. Okay.
I want to be exceptional in my family life.
You want to be exceptional in your family. Okay.
Yes,
next, we got community service. We got family life. Come on, let's go, y'all.
Amani wrote in the chat that he's good at cooking and making drinks and dancing.
Okay. Cooking, making drinks, and dancing. Okay. Somebody else.
Be an example to my son, and be an example to my son, and make him to go to college with the same passion as me.
Okay. So you want to be an example for your son.
Yes.
Okay. I got self-care, I got religion, faith. Okay. Somebody else. And financial stability. So if you're improving financial stability, how much time do you put into financial literacy? Because it's not the financial part that you have an issue with, it's the mindset problem. Money's easy. I'm going to tell y'all, money is the easiest thing that you can make in this world. It is, if money comes, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not the money that you have a problem with, it's the mindset. It doesn't have to be a positive mindset. It's just the mindset, period. Because if you can't handle the little bit of money that you get right now, how do you think you're going to handle money on a bigger scale? And then I read somebody say religion and faith. If you're a good stewardship counts you as being faithful. So all this right here, y'all, this is what all comes into your skill set. And this is the reason why I like to be interactive, because I like to hear your responses. I don't want to just sit up here and talk. I wasn't chosen for a keynote. I was chosen for a workshop. Y'all know what a workshop is? Somebody tell me the effectiveness of a workshop versus a keynote. Casey, tell me, because I saw you shake your head. Come on.
I mean, from my understanding, I think a workshop is more personal. Like everyone chips in and like you relate. Like for a keynote speaker, they just come up and they just say whatever. They only have time to hear what you have to say. They're just going to give you their part, and then that's it.
Boom, all day. I didn't sign up for a keynote. I signed up for a workshop. When y'all in school, do y'all answer y'all professor, or does the professor ask y'all questions? Serious business.
Yeah, and you have to answer, otherwise the class gets boring and then you don't learn anything, because then you say it's boring. So you gotta,
So
participate.
So here's a question for you, Casey. Do you think that I get up here being bored as being the presenter and I don't have an audience that talks back to me? Do you think this is boring for me?
Right, like you need people to answer, like, pick your brain, puzzle your mind, ask you questions that's gonna make you think and be like, huh, I never really thought of that one before. Oh, like that's a new concept. I never really thought of that.
So a workshop is totally different. And I appreciate your engagement so much. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Because if I was just up here as a keynote, guess what? Y'all wouldn't listen to me either way. You wouldn't listen to me either way. So damn it, my hands are up. Like, yo, what else am I supposed to do, man? You feel me? Like, come on, y'all. And we ain't doing nothing but having a conversation. So how good are you really at communicating? Truly, if this is just a conversation, how good are you at communicating? Because by the way that I understand, communication goes back and forth. I've never seen one person have a conversation with themselves unless they were deemed crazy. But the crazy person knows way much more than the person sitting here on this workshop. Am I making sense, or am I just sitting here just rambling?
Absolutely, sir. You're making a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead, Casey.
No, you're making a lot of sense.
Because I know 100% y'all do not sit in the class. And Casey, how long are the classes for? What's the schedule for a class?
Hour 15 minutes.
An hour and 15
minimum.
minutes.
Minimum. Yeah, I have longer classes too, but that's like the minimum amount of time. Like that's like a period. So it's,
yeah. When the mine starts 5:30 and it finishes, I don't know, like after 8.
It starts at what time?
At 5:30 and
In
it
the
finishes
morning or the evening?
Oh,
So
the
my shortest class is an hour 15 minutes. I think we started 12 and 12:30, and then we ended 1:15. That's my
Okay.
shortest class, but I have classes that span 2 hours
Okay.
plus.
So look, y'all, this is one thing that I do within my coaching because I still get coached. So we always say ladies first, right? So we let the ladies go ahead and speak, and then afterwards, once the ladies are able to say what they say, then you know what I'm saying, we pick on the gentlemen, go ahead and say what you have to say. You feel me? So I just want to keep some type of order, right? I'm not trying to come down on anybody, but I want to give everybody the ample time or the opportunity to be able to say something. And if we all just coming up, and this is why I don't like virtual, because everybody comes off mute at one time and then we got chaos and can't nobody hear anybody talk about anything. Right? We can sit here and we can hide behind these still images. What's it like, yo, if I was to do this? Look, y'all, for real. If I came on here and said I'm about to teach y'all something and I did this. Hold on. Why is it not doing it for me, Jason?
He's
Jason.
doing the max headrooms.
I hate this thing right here. All right. So look, Jason, mute my image. Can you do that?
Let's see if I can do that, Mars. Let's see. Yeah, I think I can do it. Let's see. There you go.
Would y'all listen to me if I just did this the whole time? And I just sat here and I just spoke, you couldn't see me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here quietly. Would y'all really listen to me? I answered, like, somebody give me an answer, please, and effectively. Just tell me yes or no.
No,
Why?
because we used to this in a sort of way because some professors do this sometimes.
But I'm not the professor sometimes. I'm a different individual. I'm a different breed.
Yeah, but in a workshop, you were it's unprofessional as well sometimes, especially if you are the main speaker, if you're coming at from that point of view. So, but also from a point of view of like as students, but we're doing this as individuals. No, like you lose focus. You feel like you're just in a chat room.
Exactly. So then therefore, you know what I'm saying? This is what I have to look at. So basically, this is why I don't like doing virtual, because I like to see all of your smiling faces. I like to see, you know what I'm saying, your eyes. I like to see your spirit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm just a different individual. And because I've been through so many phases of life, man, let me tell y'all something. The biggest thing that changed my life, does anybody on here, and I'm going to ask this, and I'm so sincere with this. Does anybody know what it's like to almost die?
Yeah.
Not one time, but 3 times.
Yeah.
Okay, so what was that experience like, Dama?
For me, it was just an experience of not wanting to go through that again, not wanting to do it over and just have that experience, and just now knowing that, hey, you can't do that in life. You can't be like that in life. You have to you got to experience life, and you got to be in life. Like, you got to be upfront. You got to be a person. You got to be there now.
Okay, pause. Go back. What did you say at the beginning? You said you had to what in life?
Be there. I don't remember.
You have to experience it, and
Yeah,
you
you
have to be there, right?
Like, you be not, I don't want to say be in the moment, but like be
No,
there.
just answer me yes or no. You said experience life and be in life, right?
Yes. Yes.
Right? Okay. That's where you learn in life, right or wrong?
Right.
Okay. Armani, you got your hand up. What's up, player?
I think from my near-death experience, you learn to not take life for granted.
Do you
Like,
know that
you
you're
get a
absolutely. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk over you. Go ahead.
you glitching. But you get in like a new lease on life. Like, you learn not to take life for granted. You learn to it's like not everything, as much as I like to like joke around, um that sort of thing scares you like straight. From for most people, it should scare them straight to set their mindset like, life could end any day, any hour, any minute, any second, and tomorrow's not guaranteed. So you got to try to live your life to the fullest, and try to like motivate yourself or empower yourself to like really like focus on what you want to do before it's all gone within the blink of an eye. That's just me though.
No, but you're 100% right. See, most people don't truly learn to live life until you almost lose your life. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you, you never know how much you don't want to die till you almost die, right? So if you are right here, right now, and you're given the opportunity to have life, to have breath, why wouldn't you experience the fullness of life? Why wouldn't you put everything that you have into the life that you have, the one opportunity? Because guess what? You're not gonna expire. Then God's gonna touch you and be like, okay, I'm gonna bring him back. You feel me? The only person that I ever known within the biblical part of it was
Moses?
not
No,
Moses,
not Moses.
Lazarus.
Right.
Lazarus was the only one that Jesus went and touched and said, okay, we're gonna bring him back. You feel me? He did other miracles with like children and stuff like that. So he did touch other kids, but at the same time, you have an opportunity right here. Don't waste your opportunity. Make
Right.
sure that you make the best of this opportunity, because once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
You feel me? That's it. Once it's gone, it's gone. You don't get another opportunity. This is my resurrection right here, y'all. I came out the tomb. I came out of the tomb of being in the cell.
And
this
not only that. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Not only that, but you can also gain like a new sense of hunger for wanting to do it. So, say for instance, you were already enthusiastic about doing something, or say for instance you experience something like that, you could gain like more. You wanted more than ever. Like it's how do I put this?
Just don't try to overthink it. Just
Yeah, I'm
simplify
not
and
trying
just say
to.
what's on your heart.
But it gives you like the purpose to like want it even more, like to like try to get it done, as not overwork yourself, not to pressure yourself too much, but it gives you like a reason to see your goal through, like through fully, like see your goal through fully, make sure
Okay.
that you know
So
sorry.
Meacham, Amani, I'm gonna pull out what you just said.
Yeah.
One thing that you said was purpose, right?
Uh-huh.
Everybody here has a purpose, right? Everybody here has a gift and an opportunity to use that gift, right or wrong?
Right.
Okay, so what happens if you don't use a gift effectively? What happens if you don't use a skill set effectively?
Can all be gone just like that.
Just like that, it could be taken away. For God giveth and God so take it away. So if you don't use what you have, then you'll never know exactly how far you can go. Here's a quick thing. A caterpillar goes into a butterfly after the metamorphosis of coming out of cocoon, right? Does a butterfly ever look and be like, I wish I can go back to being a caterpillar?
No, they blossom.
So then why the hell are y'all stayed as a caterpillar? Why? When a butterfly is a representation of new life, but you just want to stay stuck on that tree. You want to stay stuck on that limb. But God is telling you there's so much more for you to do. If you can fly, if you can see it in your mind, you can envision it, you can achieve it. Come on, y'all, stop playing with me. Start using your skill set. Start tapping into your natural ability. Everybody has one. Everybody does. But then you'll make excuses and say, oh, they won't let me get ahead. No, the fact of the matter is you're not cultivating and developing yourself to grow, to put yourself in a position to get ahead. Come on, man. Stop playing with me. I'm not stupid. I'm not slow. Yes, I came off the block. Yes, I had a hard life, but I cultivated and I developed me into being what I want. Guess what? I work for God now. I don't answer nobody. I don't punch no clock. I do what I want to do every single day. Every day. A man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. What I'm building is a legacy to leave to my daughter. So that way she ain't got to worry about if she got to work for somebody else. I guarantee before I leave this world, I'm going to leave my fingerprint and make an impact on this world. Can you not do the same thing? Come on, man. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with yourself. You can lie to you, but you can't lie to me because I already know what you can do. But you're going to tell yourself what you can't do because of the self-doubt, because of the fear, because of the low self-esteem. You think, I can't. Man, get out of here with that. I live every day with an immobilized left arm from 2 strokes. Don't tell me what you can't do. Because I use my mind effectively, I outwork everybody on this call because I know how to use my mind. It's not about using my physical body. It's about using my mind effectively. Every single day. Every single day. How effective is your mind that you use every single day? That's it, man. Jason, I'm done.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. That was inspiring.
Hey, Mars. So I think you read my email. So first of all, let me say. First of all, I kind of knew that I needed somebody to light a fire, and I kind of knew that you were going to be the guy who could light that fire for me. Because when we talked, I knew you have that fire in your spirit, and you glow so brightly. And that's why I shared your information earlier this year with some friends,
Yes.
to let them know that we have like a fire starter here, like somebody who can really set ablaze the spirits of the folks who are taking the time out of their busy schedule to come here and really want to achieve some things and make the world a better place. And I hear you and feel you, and I feel the same way in a lot of ways about like having that in person touch. I miss that. And I'm hoping that when we get back in the fall that we're going to be able to do that. But in the meantime, I'm hoping that all of you will take the opportunity to get to know us, right? So Mars is not in New York, but he has been willing to answer questions and stay in touch with people who participate in these workshops. So I think that he's a good tangential mentor to you, right? He's not going to do it every day. He's not going to influence you every day, but he can answer your questions and guide you along the way, especially as you pursue your God-given calling that you all have, that maybe you haven't found as of yet, or aren't recognizing as of yet, because it's in there. You probably seen it in a couple of places, and maybe it's not just you're not really revealing it to yourself completely. And then for me, my job is to work for you and to put myself out for you as best I can. So every time I do these things, every time I try to bring somebody in, I try to bring somebody in who's going to give you inspiration, share knowledge and share experience, and help you to grow into the person that you want to be. If you noticed anything about the Leadership Academy, or anybody who gets my emails and communicates with me, I don't tell you that there's one way of leadership. There is not one way of leadership, as was highlighted in Marsh's presentation. Everybody's a leader. And I learned that very early in my life, and I learned that very early at Hostos. Some of the greatest leaders that we've ever had in our program have been moms. And the sheer notion of just raising your children in the right way and giving them the inspiration to think about their college education, going on to get their doctorates, going on to pursue their careers, to achieve their dreams was really important for those folks in the very beginning. But it's also everybody who comes through the program. Your dreams, your desires, your goals are really important, and trying to flesh them out and come to terms with them is really the most important thing that is part of my work. So yeah, you go to class, you take your courses, you're committed to your area that you want to study in, but that's not necessarily your God-given talent, and there's something else in there that I hope that we're able to bring out. And so I'm happy that Mars was able to talk to you today to sort of give you that inspiration. I hope you took it as that, because he's got that fire starter mentality. He's like he wants to rile you up and get you out of your comfort zone, because he understands from his own personal experience that that's the only way you're actually going to get there. And so I heard some nice things from some of you today, and I want
So
to
did
thank
I.
you. Yeah, so I want to thank you for your contributions, because they're really important. This is not a one-way thing. This is, I don't put up somebody on a podium and then block everybody out, right? We have things at Hostos where they put a speaker on and the speaker just talks, and you just sit there and you kind of like, okay, that guy's talking, and maybe I'm listening, maybe I'm not listening. This thing is supposed to be interactive. This thing is supposed to be sort of your opportunity to give back, to to really shake up the message as well, and really ask sincere questions about what's really going on, because this is your life, and I want your life to be fantastic. I want you all to achieve everything that you put forth in front of you. And what I really want is similar to what Mars brought out. I want to get to the heart of where you are. I want to find out what you really love, what you really want to explore. And I have these conversations with people now who are even in this room, and I've had this conversation over the last 15 years with people who've left. People didn't know when they came into Hostos at 17 or 18 or 50 or 35 or whenever they landed up at Hostos, where they really wanted to go. And they said, oh, I'm going to be a nurse, I'm going to be a vet, I'm going to be like a teacher, I'm going to be like a diplomat, things like that. You all have it in you, whatever it is. It's not necessarily something that has a curriculum. It's something deeper. It's something that you really want to impact the world with. And so even if you are that teacher, and I heard that we have some teachers in the group, it's really going beyond that, right? You don't want to just be that teacher who stands up in front of the classroom and doesn't really impact the lives of everybody you're talking to. You don't really want to be that nurse who just puts the syringe in the arm and doesn't really show care and concern for the person who's on the bed. You don't want to be the engineer who builds something just for the sake of building it and doesn't take into account that there should be some aesthetic to it, some value to it. You want to be that accountant who just like does the numbers and crunches the numbers. It doesn't take into account that somebody's life is sort of dependent on the work that you're doing with those numbers. So all of those things and all of the careers and all of the goals that you have are very important, but it's the heart. What's behind it? What are you going to put into it? What is the effort that you're going to make to improve your life, the lives of the people around you, the community that you're a part of, and society as a whole? And so I think, Marge, you touched on all of that. I want to thank you for that. I'm always honored to have you here with us. And, you know, I'm so happy that you reached out, that we connected, that we become friends. And I'll tell you the story. Marge was going to come to New York. He was going to be here. He was going to invite me out to dinner with him and his family. So
that's still to come. Don't ever take that off the table, Jason.
So that's the thing, right? You know, when you think that sometimes you go into these sessions and people talk to you that have been brought in by the college or by some place, and you think, well, okay, that person's all right, and that person might be right, but I bring in people who I really care about, who I really try to listen to, who I really think are going to be a positive influence on our society. And so the moment that they do that, then I'm as committed to them as I am to all of you. Like I say to this group, Mars, I will be there for you until either you or I are no longer walking the planet. Meaning I will write your recommendation letters, I'll take your phone calls, I will answer your requests. And just during the workshop, I've had 2 or 3 people who are alumni reach out to me. I need you to sign off on something for me. I need you to take a phone call for me. Or somebody was texting me about some hardship that they were going through. These people graduated 3 years ago, 7 years ago, and 10 years ago. So I'm here for you. I'm going to be here for the rest of my time on the planet. No matter what you need, I'm going to try to support it. And so when we talk about the speakers who come here, I'm there for them too. And I love them and appreciate them for the work that they do, because I know it is a calling. I know it's a valuable asset to all of you. And I know the hard work that goes into it. And like when I talked to Mars last week, I was like, we may have some people who are repeats, right? So can you do something a little new? So the fact that he worked on that, his presentation for today that was different from the one that he did in the fall is very special, and I appreciate it. And I don't want to take us over too much on time because I want to honor everybody's time. But let's give Mars a round of applause if you can do it virtually or whatever with real hands like this.
Real quick. I'm just gonna say this. I don't do this for the applause, y'all. I promise you I don't do this for the applause. I do this because I want to positively make an impact on your life. You feel me? Like the applause, I don't stand up here and I don't get up here for people to hoorah me, because nobody hoorah me when I was in that cell. Nobody hoorah me at any other time when I was want to quit. So I know what it's like, y'all. But look here, like Jason said, I will go above and beyond. So what I did was I put my IG handle in the chat. Anybody who connects with me, I promise you, if you have any question or if you want any type of assistant, I normally charge for coaching, but because Jason is my man, I'm going to work with y'all. You know, you feel me? If you want the help, that's it. I'm willing to do that for you guys. And I will only do that for those that are in Hostos Community College, nobody else, because that's how much I got love for Jason.
Thank you, Mars.
Y'all better learn what a resource is. A resource is somebody that helps you become full. You feel me? And if you don't use your resources effectively, you're doing yourself a disservice, man. Y'all cheating yourself. You pay. Okay, let me say this, Jason, and I'm done. If anybody took a loan out on here, you know who Sally Mae is, right? Everybody knows Sally Mae, right? Sally Mae gave y'all money, right? But when y'all finish, guess what? Sally Mae's coming back for that money. So that means that student loan, that's student debt. So why wouldn't you make an investment into yourself so that you can get that return on who you are as an individual, right or wrong? And I will holler at y'all on the next one, yo. That's it, Jason. I'm done.
All right, everybody. I wanna thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Love you. I look forward to seeing you next week. Mars, you take care of yourself.
Yes, sir.
And safe trip to Alaska. Let me know how it goes. And
I will. And when I come, hey, I'll put it to you like this. I'm doing in New York in June for me and my daughter. Every Father's Day, we celebrate Father's Day. So my invitation to come out and have dinner with us is always there.
All right, I'm looking forward. Now I'm hungry.
All right. And we got.
Is that open to the rest of us too? That's open to the rest of us too?
What?
The invitation to dinner? Dinner?
No.
I know how to cook.
No, we have a restaurant. We have a restaurant. My daughter's
in a restaurant.
We have a restaurant.
Hey, my grandma told me that homemade cooking is the best cooking.
That's all right. I go and I chill with my fiance. I go chill with my in-laws, right? So they have a restaurant on Long Island. So it's in Levittown. It's called Sabrera Colombiana. I believe that's how you say it. But we have a restaurant. So I'm inviting Jason to come out and hang with me and my family.
All right, Jason, just make sure to pack me in a suitcase.
Okay. All right.
Yo,
all right,
hey,
everybody. Have a great weekend. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.
Y'all.
Bye.
All right.